22 degrees right now, and I don't know, Dave, if you're ready to go on an expedition. We're going to go into the mind of Matthew Archbold this morning. Buckle up. Good morning, Matt. How are you?
We are spelunking into the mind of Matt Archbold.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Yes.
I see some signs of sanity out there, folks.
Where? Where exactly?
Exactly.
Where have you been going? We want to go there.
I mean, the world is essentially a dumpster fire. I'm giving you that, including the odd smells that you would get from a dumpster fire. And sometimes it seems like we're adrift at sea, and any sign of like sanity out there is cheered. Things that were just a random Tuesday just a decade ago, now we see it and we're like, oh, that's wonderful news. Normal things. In Ireland, the Prime Minister, Leo Varadkar, had essentially tried to make the Irish Constitution gender neutral and was trying to get rid of the fact that men and women are different, and that was going to be put into the Constitution. And that was widely rejected by the Irish people.
Yeah. Right.
And the Prime Minister actually resigned after it in a huff because it didn't go his way, because that's how adults react nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is a sign of sanity. And every time I see a sign of sanity, I think we got to point this out. We have to say, how many times have we read things coming out of Europe and even Ireland that have been like, oh, it's so sad that they're going this way. But, at some point, this wave of wokeness is going to crest, and it's going to crash. And I'm going to be the guy, because I'm predicting it every single day. I'm going to be the guy that eventually I'm going to be right. And I point out the signs of sanity, and it's going to be like, yeah, Matt was finally right about this, that the pushback did finally come, and we were able to resume our path back to truth and sanity.
It doesn't happen too often, does it?
Yeah, and I want to see if you can break this down for me, Matt. What is the percentage of likelihood that will happen while you're in the body?
Well,
I mean, before your death. I didn't want to say death, but yeah.
Well,
while
I
you're still
appreciate
living.
that. I do appreciate that. This is supposed to be a lighthearted thing. Okay, here's my thing. If I say after death, it doesn't really matter. I don't get anything out of that. So I'm going to say 100% it happens during my lifetime, because you're not going to be able to do anything to me afterwards. Like, what are you going to come up to heaven and be like, Matt, you were wrong? That'll get you kicked out.
And that's pretty presumptuous of you. Come up anyway. Okay, yeah, he's in heaven, guys. There you go. Love it. I know, and we know you will be. Thank you. I want to talk to your wife about that. But in any case,
no, talk to my teenagers. That'll give you a lot more ammo.
I'm with you on this thing with Ireland. I read the language that is included in this in the Constitution there, and the fact that they voted to keep that language in. I just think it's got to be an encouraging sign. And to your point, that the Prime Minister just quit over it, too.
It is great news, and it is a sign that, at some point there's going to be, feet planted in the dirt, and we're not just going to keep getting pushed back. And we've seen this in little pieces here, and I always point to these guys. And I remember 2 years ago, I remember discussing Kanye with you guys.
Yeah.
And talking about his religious conversion. And we all said at the time, no one thinks this is going to be an easy road.
Right.
But it's something. It's something in him that is in him, and it's turning him. And we don't think it's going to be a straight line from here on out. Obviously the guy has a lot of problems, but there's something there. And I feel the same way about, a number of people, like Jordan Peterson. He is slowly, stubbornly going to Christ. And he, there are times where he just can't seem to, make that next step. And then he does a little bit. You have that podcaster and comedian, Russell Brand.
Yeah,
this guy
goodness. How
this
dramatic.
guy couldn't not have been more anti-Christian.
Yeah.
Could not have been more anti-Christian. And now he's saying the rosary daily and wearing a cross. Then you have former Saturday Night Live comedian Rob Schneider, who recently became a Catholic. So I really do believe that you're going to get attacked for it. Bright lights attract big bugs. You're going to get attacked for it, but more and more people are seeing that it's worth it, and the insanity that exists around us. It's a maelstrom of insanity, and the bright light, that constant bright light of truth, is going to shine forth. I really do believe that the steadier we are, and the more we cling to truth, the more we'll stand out against this insanity.
Well, that's true, and there's more opportunities for good exposure, like when you have like Jonathan Rumi, who's the commencement speaker at Catholic University. People are hearing the good news. Thank you, Matthew.
Hi,
God bless.
this is Father